You got a little plastic bag, Mike? Stick this in there so it'll spill all over the place. Freaking cat's dead to the world up there. Snooze. Yeah, that'll do it. There we go. Alright. Alright, Mike, we'll see you then. Have fun at your barbecue next weekend and do ours the weekend after. Need us to get anything, let us know. Fucking stairs. Kitty cat toes on the landing, waiting to ambush the feet. Yeah, still smell a little bit of gas. Not too bad though.
So what needs to be done to it?
It needs to be cleaned up, tires inflated. New gas, carburetor overhaul, oil change, usual shit. That's all that ever really needs. That's the thing about old machinery. They really don't need a whole hell of a lot. All right, Mike. Looks like it started to rain. Finally, you're getting your wish. Only drizzling though, but a feel of things. Adjust everything over here. Something about this seat. A little off.
Yeah.
There we go.
Big family function.
I should have seen if you could have wiggled an invite. Might have been some food involved in that. Free eats.
Don't know the neighbors.
That's even better. You can claim to be cousin so-and-so from Cincinnati. Just up for the occasion.
This happens every little once in a while. You know, all of a sudden, there's nowhere to park. So I said, no, not a problem.
Oh, fucking exhausted. Knocking the camper apart, all kinds of shit was falling out.
Oh, yeah. Insulation?
No, not that. I mean, just little things that I forgot about in the nooks and crannies. Because it got kind of rotten over the last 5-6 years. The bugs started eating it, and the front end of it fell apart completely. It just fell right off. And
how much did that sell for, brand new in '67?
I don't have a clue. Probably about a couple grand. You know, back then, you could buy a decent car for $4,000. Campers weren't that expensive.
So that thing see the whole East Coast or the whole country?
I have no idea. I know it's been all but down the East Coast by the stickers that were on it, but
yeah, I remember the south of the border.
Yep.
On there.
Yep. But whether it went further than that, I have no clue. And I see an envelope lying on the fucking ground after I got done, and I pick it up, full of money. It was all dollar bills with old dates and shit that I'd saved.
Oh,
and it
yeah.
must have fallen behind the furniture in there somehow and got overlooked.
How many dollar
Luckily,
bills did you get?
30 or 40.
Really?
Yeah, well, plus a few fives in there. And some
I'd
shit.
love to see them.
Yeah, I got it somewhere. I think I put it down at barn, actually. For all the other little bits and pieces I saved.
What's the oldest money you had?
60s, 69 or something like that. 74. I mean, it's just oddball shit. Of no real value other than face value. But...
Oh, did you look them up? Because you never know.
No, I mean, they're all wrinkled and old and, you know, pocket money, regular money. What the hell is that? Something dead in the road.
Awesome.
Ugh. I wonder if it's playing possum if it really is dead. Go poke it and find out. Yeah, all the drums are gone. Tunnel's gone.
So all the drums get crushed for metal?
Yep. They were too rusty to use otherwise. That big white trailer that was next to my RV is no longer there.
What happened to it?
Got dragged to the yard, and Wayne's going to demo it during the week. And the little camper that was next to that, I demoed myself. Shoved it into the fucking container and crushed it down with the loader. So now that whole area right there by the top of the mine is just empty except for my stuff. The 2 RVs are there, that's it.
You can see the rocks and everything, huh?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can see right to the mine, top of the stairs, everything. Hasn't been that clear since 1987. Because I have pictures from back then.
Yeah.
Showing it, and I was doing an engine job in my Buick station wagon right in that spot. It's all wide open, nothing there. And
Do you still have Ivan the Terrible with the gunshot wounds?
Oh yeah, it's down by the barn. Yeah, I saved what I could from it. Even some of the fixtures I took out. Light fixtures I saved, and the transfer switch I'm giving to Mike, I took that out of there. Some of the cabinet doors that I had pictures and shit tacked to, I took those off. And the mirrors and stuff like that.
Didn't even know it was supposed to get rain.
Yeah, it was supposed to start raining this afternoon. And it continued into tomorrow morning and then ended. It didn't for some reasons.
I didn't even look at the weather. Even look, I gotta do a pickup at 11 in the morning.
Oh yeah, where you going?
White Plains.
Not far.
I got the easy one. I got a lot of shit coming up in the next 2 weeks. little shit. Which is good. Let's see, Montauk. She goes, first week of June. I'm like,
that's kind of a haul.
Can you give me, like, I hate that when they, all right, yeah, well, vague, and then it's, I don't know, first week of June. Then is it a day trip? Are you staying there 3-4 days? Then she's saying maybe we'll put you up overnight, and then we'll go to dinner. We can hang. I'm like, you need to tell me these things. Trip to Virginia's coming up. And that seems to be very open-ended. A trip to Florida, that's coming in June.
Are you going to use your own car for all this?
No.
Oh, okay. That's going to rack up a lot of miles on you. What you ought to do is look into getting a town car. Well, you know what? For one thing, you could charge more money, bang them for more gas fees, and probably pick up a few more clients, because there's just some people that cannot get out of a small car because they're claustrophobic or they have physical disabilities. That's why livery services tend to use, large sedans.
Cars, yeah. I'm not quite that big yet, so if I get a little bigger.
Well, I'm saying that may get you a little bigger.
This is all off of phone calls and.
And there are some people that just don't want to be seen arriving at a family function in a little Honda Civic. They want a town car. They want something, a little stately and whatever.
I use this when I have to.
This isn't the town car.
I know. Well, supposedly I'm supposed to get the 09. It's a white one. It's a little more better than what I got. That's the Long Island trip to Montauk. So we'll see.
I thought you were getting the old man's Cadillac. That would be a good one for you too. Until it blows up.
Supposed to get the damn thing, but supposed to get that a year ago. Supposed to get Ed's car, that fell through. Supposed to get the Buick Lucerne, that fell through.
What did Ed drive?
2014 Ford Escort.
Oh.
that sort of fell through. All right, well, whatever. I wasn't counting on that car anyway.
No, I wouldn't count on an Escort either. I wouldn't count on an Escort either.
No, I meant getting the car.
Oh. Never had a lot of luck with those cars.
Got to push start, you know. The Virginia trip, I don't know. That's I'm hearing two or three different things with that, so I don't know. First I'm hearing hang out in Delaware, then stay down there for 3 days, then I want to go see Jamestown. Well, okay. So I went over for tea, literally tea and crumpets, and I said, look, that's all day at Jamestown. That's just one thing. Well, I was looking up all these sites. I go, well, how much time?
Don't forget Roanoke.
What's that?
Don't forget Roanoke.
Oh yeah, right. The little slaughter there.
Well, they don't really know what happened there. It's a mystery.
Yeah, they came back and
they just disappeared. Probably disease.
Looking up sites A through Z, I said without looking up stuff on the internet, I could probably spend 30 days down there without the internet and tell you where to go.
Sure.
And just
Virginia has a lot of historic
yes,
sites.
just I'm talking about the Hampton Roads area, let alone the whole state. We haven't even touched battlefield sites yet. You know,
from the Revolution, the War of 1812, the Civil War especially.
So I said, how much of a sense of humor do you have about this? You know, I said,
Thomas Jefferson's house, and, Washington's, Arlington, of course.
Yeah, like I said, this isn't the Hampton Roads area. You're talking over by DC. I mean, this. Somebody was going to spend 6 weeks right up here and wanted to see New York City. And she was in her 40s, and she said she was going to go ride the train every morning. And she had a list. I'm going to take you at least 6 weeks just to put a dent in what you want to go see.
Yeah.
She wanted to see all the famous and all the unheard of sites and everything in between. I said, you'd be doing this for a year, looking at all these obscure.
Yeah. Tell you best plan on getting a job in an apartment here because you're gonna be here a while.
No, she stayed in Heritage Hills with somebody, and she was like in her late 30s, early 40s or something. She retired, and then she did this for like 6 weeks.
She's kind of young to be fucking retired, no?
I don't know what she did. Executive or something.
.com millionaire, maybe.
Oh, don't forget, we got the B29 coming up now, Memorial Day weekend or June 15th.
Memorial Day weekend is next weekend.
Right. So now, the way I see it, Sunday's a flea market, so that's out. That's going to be, because by the time we get done with that...
Oh, I'll be dead on my feet.
Yeah, so that's out. Do you want to take a stab at that Sunday, or you just want to, Monday, or do you want to call that quits?
Well, where do we have to go for that one? I forget.
Well, it's close. Farmingdale, Long Island, 2.5 hours. Or we could wait till June, middle of June.
I'm thinking the middle of June is going to be a little hot, but
okay,
on the other hand...
It's the same distance.
On the other hand, you won't have the crowds at Memorial Day.
That's what I'm half thinking of, too.
Because Memorial Day is going to be jam-fucking-packed.
Coming and going, right.
Especially something, a military type thing like that, because it is Memorial Day. So I don't think it's a good idea to try that.
Okay, all right, then we'll leave it open-ended, and then we'll see. And
yeah, we'll see about June.
And then your only other shot is June.
Yeah.
And that's it. So
because, if you have to battle fucking crowds and everything else, that takes away from it. You don't get to
how crowded is it going to be to see?
On Memorial Day? Are you kidding me? Yeah, it'd be crowded. It's Memorial Day. I mean, it's a fucking B-29. It's World War II history. You're going to see a lot of people there.
All right, well, we'll see. We'll check the traffic report. We'll see how you feel. Because if we don't see it then, the last chance to see it is going to be June. June 15th, so how much hotter is it going to be?
Not much.
And then it's going to be, and then it's up in Albany, so...
It's not like I have to fucking work, so it's at least, I'll be out in the heat or some shit like that.
Right.
Deal with the heat a little bit. Hoping to be a lot further along this fucking cleanup by January, by June.
That was kind of funny to see that in Better Call Saul.
Oh, yeah.
He's getting one of his commercials. Now, when does that come out? I'm dying to see
next year.
The end result of the tape recording there.
Well, the only killer of that thing is we already know the outcome.
Yeah.
The only thing we don't know is how he becomes Saul.
Well, he's alive, you know that.
Yeah, we know he's alive. He's a successful lawyer. He has a practice of his own. We know she's out of the picture so far as we know, because Breaking Bad really doesn't go into his private life very much. Only his associations with Walter, so... maybe she is still in the picture. Maybe he is married, though they do show him at that strip mall working in the donut shop there when it first starts. As, what happened after Walter. But, at some point, he does make a success of his law practice. Obviously by defending criminals and getting involved in that shit. So whatever the fuck the outcome is with his brother doesn't immediately hurt his law career.
He goes to jail, it ain't for long.
Well, he won't go to jail because then he wouldn't have a license to practice law anymore. Just changing your name does not expunge a criminal record, And in any case, his brother tape recorded him without his permission. That's not admissible in a court of law. And he could come up with any number of excuses on why he said what he said.
And part of it is that he goes, "You just telling me this to make me feel
exactly.
better."
He just put the seed of it right there. My brother's having a mental breakdown. I'd say anything to make him.
And then look at him. Look at Jiffy Pop Man.
Yeah.
He like he's all.
Yeah. I would do and say anything to make my brother feel better. It doesn't matter what it is. If he needed to hear that, it's what I'll tell him. Any number of people can attest to the fact my brother's having a mental breakdown.
Yeah, right.
That would not go very far.
That was messed up. He had the tape recorder in there. If we leave early enough, we should be alright, because the real bumper-to-bumper traffic doesn't start till later in the afternoon. It's not like you go 6, 7, 8 in the morning, it's going to be bumper-to-bumper going out there.
I don't know. We'll
coming
figure
back.
it out.
Well, we'll see. See how you feel. See how we feel. And, well, like I said, if we don't do it here, June, and then we get the middle of June, and that's the end of it. I don't know when this thing's coming around here again.
Well, June is not a holiday, so you won't be battling the fucking crowds.
Right, and true, Albany's a little, well, not closer, but a lot less traffic coming and going. So it's a coin toss then.
Yeah.
We'll see. Then hopefully it won't get rained out on Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, I'll find out.
Can't believe the health department went to the school.
Well, with vermin running around the fucking place, you're feeding children. It's a fairly, it's not like it's the South Bronx we're talking about here in the middle of Bed-Stuy. It's a high class area.
Yeah, really. This is like top. This is like top of Westchester.
Yes.
Practically. This is like the elitist of the elitist of all of Westchester. It's not like
I'm amazed it took this fucking long for the problem to
And Billy was the freaking cause. That's funny.
No, apparently only the second inspector.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Apparently there are other kind of rats there too.
Oh yeah. Terry the rat saying all kinds of negative things about her boss and this thing. Saying, gotta point out the guy has a legitimate fucking beef. Someone is stabbing him in the back.
Yes,
of his own
and
fucking
he's
crew.
right. That's it. He's right.
He's not paranoid. You are out to get him. There are rats in the woodpile. Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that the health department didn't catch.
Yeah.
Or identify. You. The boss ought to get a copy of that.
Nice. He says he's crazy. He's turning people against each other. He's doing this. He's doing that. They say, well, hey, he knows he's got rats in the woodpile, and he's trying to smoke them out. That's all.
What was her answer?
She's just gonna no. She's just gonna punish everybody until he finds out who it is. That's standard operating procedure. I mean, she would be at the top of my suspect list. I'd lock her in a storage room, toss her in a can of ants, and then question her before I let her out.
Or just show the glass jar and say, start talking.
Nah, just bust the jar. Toss it in after, crash on the floor, millions of ants running around in there. She's screaming and screaming and screaming.
Start talking.
You want to come out? Start talking. Who, when, and where. I want names, dates, everything.
Should buckle.
Ah, I did it! I did it! I ratted you out! I wrote letters to the boss!
God.
I called the health department! I had my husband call the health department! I took the Lindbergh baby! Let me out, please! Please!
Wow, why would you rat at the place you work at?
Yeah, because she wants to get fired, that's why.
Oh.
She's only got 15 more days to go. She says she's not going back. She's going to get some other job somewhere else. Committing suicide over here.
Did you get him?
Oh, yeah. And she doesn't want to go. I said, you best count on going back there.
So what happens in, when's your graduation? End of June?
15 more days, she says she has to work.
15, what is this? That would be about right. Yeah, that would be about
then
right.
she's laid off for the summer. And then she's supposed to go back in the fucking fall.
Which she doesn't want to do.
She doesn't want to do, of course not, because it's work, and she doesn't want to work, basically.
She interrupts with
She
her
thinks she's
vacation.
going to get some other job, like a Stop and Shop, which is supposed to be opening or whatever. And you ain't getting nothing else. Took you 2 years to get this.
Yep. Yeah, free food and a paycheck.
Yeah. And for some reason, they haven't fired her yet, so...
Well, she kind of fits in there.
Yeah.
All kinds of violations. And
Uh-huh.
Francois, the French chef, is pissed.
Apparently he is...
Or whatever his name is.
Colombian, Puerto Rican, something like that.
Oh, he's a French guy or something.
No, he's not French. They don't rate a French chef.
No culinary grad.
No. This is just food for children that idiot teaches. They don't have the palate to appreciate it, you know.
So this is open up the can of beans and microwave
Yes,
hot
this
pockets.
is your basic cafeteria fare. This is not, fancy.
Yeah. It's
Maybe
not,
we'll saute you some vegetables once in a while, some potatoes, whatever. Yeah. You want hot cuisine or traditional French, you're going to pay for that.
You
You're
go
gonna
up to
somewhere
Hyde
else.
Park and go to the
Yeah,
Culinary
exactly. La Chambord or something like
That's
that.
where you're gonna have Francois, the chef.
Yes.
This is Rico.
Oh, yeah.
Rico Gonzalez.
I've known French chefs. I worked with them. When I was
Oh,
in
that's right.
Greenwald.
Yeah. Mizrax, right?
Mazarek, yep. Couldn't tell you their first names. It was Mr. and Mrs. Or sir and ma'am.
So Juan is the short-tempered.
Felix is his name.
Oh, Felix.
Felix. Actually, there were many chefs at Dreamwald. I mean, there was a head chef, yes, and he was definitely French, but
Oh, at the school?
no, at Dreamwald. But there was a pastry chef, there was a salad chef, there was...
When did that open? Like in the 20s and 30s?
No. I mean, it may have been a speak back in the 20s and 30s. I don't know. It wasn't a restaurant. I think the Mazareks opened it sometime in the 50s, after the war. Well, he was resistance during the war.
Oh,
They were still in Europe, at least 1948. Some nights, when he had a few, he'd start telling fucking stories, let me tell you.
Is he a hard ass?
Oh. No, not to work for or anything like that, but
No, I mean in the war.
yes, definitely, yes. Absolutely. He was exactly the type of guy you would expect. I mean, he told very graphic tales of Colombian necktie. They didn't call it a Colombian necktie at the time. You know, they probably had some other name for it, but cutting a man's throat, pulling his tongue through the opening, and then leaving the gruesome mess to be discovered by the next party of Germans to come along. That was, you know, standard operating procedure. But he didn't tell stories like that all the time, just when he had a few.
So he tipped one over, you'd hear things, huh?
Well, it was history. You know, it was interesting to hear, you know. It was a tough fucking war, and he played his part in it. She did too. But they were a class act. You know, always with the tuxedo, and, you know, he came from the social class that he served. You know, he was upper class French. He wasn't from the gutter or anything like that. So he could speak their language. He knew all the mannerisms and customs, all of that stuff. Which is why when the guy from Smalley, they took it over, he didn't make a success of it because he didn't move in that world, you know?
How did you eat at night?
Extremely well. Extremely well. They fed us very well. We ate the same food they ate out on the floor.
What was your favorite thing, or just anything?
Steak with this very thick cream sauce, mushroom cream sauce. I think there was even some broccoli or maybe spinach in there. Porto, it was really good. I'm sure it has a French name. I don't know what it is, but it was good.
Would you get that bread and salad and?
Oh yeah.
How long did you work for them?
On and off for about 3.5 years. It was just weekends. Because I was a school kid at the time, so I couldn't do it during the. They were open on the weekend during the week anyway. They were Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Because they served the rich and famous, you know, reservations months in advance.
Probably had all kind of fine wine, no doubt.
Oh, a $10,000 bottle of wine was not unusual there. I once saw, at the end of an evening, the wine steward come through drinking straight from a bottle that was a $5,000 bottle of wine. That some rich client had bought. They drank 2 or 3 glasses and left the rest over, so he wasn't going to let that go to waste.
Oh my gosh.
Chug a look. Down the hatch it went. Now they had the fine china dishes with the gold leaf on them. You had to be very careful with. I never broke one. Real silver.
Gotta be polished, cleaned.
And that was not my job. My job was to put it through the washer If it was polished, it was done by the professionals, the wait staff.
How long are they open for?
They would generally
in the 50s till.
I think around then, the 50s or the 60s, they opened. It would be early 60s if that was it. And they closed in the late 80s. Or changed hands. They sold. And then the place burned down.
What was the Porkers? What was that?
Porkers, too, was a lot of things. There was several different restaurants. It was discotheque.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, in the late 1970s. But from about 77 to 79 or 80, that was disco. They'd have weddings there and all kinds of parties. I was only 3 houses down from it, so a summer night with windows open, you'd hear all the disco hits playing from that era. Sounded like the soundtrack of Saturday Night Fever all the time. Then they were a bar and grill type place, that kind of stuff. Now they're condos. They've been condos for a long time. Originally, that was Bell System building. Ma Bell.
Oh, it's going to be interesting come the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th of June.
Why?
Jane's going to have 6 people come stay at the house.
Oh, wow. We're going to fit them all.
I just didn't ask, and finally it was her cousin that just passed away, she's going to be there, the 2 daughters. Oh, and one of them's a crazy kid, he's got ADHD, so he's going to be bouncing off the wall. Yeah, and then everybody eats like a horse, and I'm going, yeah, this is going to be, and then that's finally, I'm just like, I said, do you want me to stay somewhere for the week, I kind of finally had to say, what's going on here, and then she's going to sleep in her chair out in the living room, somebody's going to be sleeping in my chair, 2 people are going to be sleeping on the floor in the living room, so there's 4 in there. 2 in the den, and then the other couple will have their bed. And I'm going, whew. You take 2 highways to get here from Cleveland, 80 to 84. Or actually 80, and you just go north on 81, you pick up 84. Then she's saying how difficult it is to off of one of the exits, and I says, why don't you just have them get off exit 19? We'll go get them. So she spends 45 minutes on the phone. Well, you don't want to go up the Taconic. I go, it's the Taconic. And she's like, well, you don't want to go over the George Washington Bridge, and it's really hard to find. 45 minutes of this, and I'm just like, oh my God. So I'm just like, whatever. They don't have a GPS. And I'm like, oh. Then they want to go to New York City every day. And I'm thinking, holy shit. Holy shit. God.
They gotta take the train. They want you to drive them there.
Well, that came next, and I said I'm not guaranteeing I can do that. I said I'll try. There's no guarantee. I get a job or I gotta run out somewhere. And I said there ain't no guarantee I can do it. That's what this lady's saying. First week of June, and I said I could be going to Montauk for a couple of days. I don't know. You gotta let me. I don't know. A lot going on. She wants to play Motel 6. I said, you go right ahead. You go right ahead. I said, and then, who's going to be cooking all these dinners? She don't cook. Good shit.
Called eating out. Today, for your dining pleasure, we have Swanson. Have your pick. Would you like the Salisbury steak, the frozen turkey, or the chicken?
So that ought to be interesting. So, Sunday, 7 o'clock.
Sunday at 7 it is.
I'll stop by in the middle of the week to grab some tools.
Yep. I got some screwdrivers for you and a bent wrench.
Where's all the stuff? Is it all ready to go?
So it's in there somewhere.
Okay, because Wednesday is the Snap-on guy. So if I can get the stuff before Wednesday, maybe like Tuesday around 5.
Why don't I just go in there and get it for you now?
Oh, yeah,
It's
okay.
not like it's buried, you know.
Oh, okay.
The wrench is in my car and the rest are sitting out on top of the table I got in there.
Sure.
All right.
I would drive in, but...
No, gate's closed. Could be shop stuff on the ground too, so I'll do that in her car.